Chinch, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Happy
How
Friday.
you doing, man?
I'm doing better than last week. Remember last week? I was...
Oh, you were grinding, dude.
Oh,
You know what's so funny, bro? I'm the same way. I can't believe it. I don't know if you passed it through me through the computer.
through Zoom?
I don't know if you could pass a virus through Zoom, but that's how I feel, dude. Like, I was coming home. I worked at the network Monday and Tuesday. I drove home yesterday. Sarah and I drove home. And I got on the Peloton because I do the Tabata class, Tabata class, and 30-minute sprints, ripping out 32 sprints, dominating. So like I'm like, you know what? I got to get on the Peloton. I haven't got on, I'm out of my routine, all that stuff. So come home, boom, I jump right on the Peloton, 15 minutes, bro. About 8 minutes into it, I'm literally leaning on the Peloton, like, oh my god, like, what is wrong with me? And then my buddy Boo's like, hey, dude, you want to go on a walk? And I'm like, yeah. So I go on a walk. I'm literally like, I probably walked 100 yards. I'm like, I got to go home, man. I was like, I don't feel good. And then last night, dude, grinding the whole night, like sweating, fever. Felt terrible. Like I feel a little bit better now, like not 100%, obviously, but like, I thought of you right away. I'm like, oh my god! When you were grinding, I'm like, exactly what Chinch was feeling like.
That's exactly how it hit me too. It was like almost like a slow burn, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, there's just, I could sweat this out or something, and then all of a sudden you're just done. I was done. Oh man!
Yeah.
So you're getting through.
And I heard it's going around everywhere. I was talking to my daughter. She said people are dropping like flies at her elementary school. I was going to go to rehab today for my shoulder. I text, my buddy Ron. I'm like, dude, I can't come. He's like, it's all good, man. He's like, everyone's saying they're out too. So
no, I know.
Everyone's got whoever has a bad boiler out there, just know it doesn't last that long.
No, yeah, you just got to suck it up for 2 days. And you know what? It's a good diet. It's a good diet without having to try.
I'm drinking water right now, hoping to just rehydrate,
Unbelievable. But, it's funny. We were talking the last couple days, and just to pull the curtain back a little bit, Sean and I talk. I mean, we talk every day, all the time.
Yeah.
But like we were talking the other day, and we were like, should we talk about this one subject? And we didn't know, but we were like, you know what? This is the number one story.
It's current events, dude. It's current events.
Yeah, and look, no, not the number one story. There's a lot going on in this world that we're all freaking out about and praying about. But the Chris Rock thing, the Chris Rock Will Smith thing. I don't know, Case.
Did you see it live?
We were watching it live. Me and Jess were watching.
I swear to God.
Were you watching it live?
I saw Chris Rock come on stage, and I was like, I got to go to bed. I was so tired. So then the next day I wake up, and they're like, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I'm like, God, I missed it.
Dude, we were watching it live, and so many great people. There's so much good stuff going on in it. Like I loved Amy Schumer and the whole. They were doing such a great job. Everything was cool, and I gotta say,
Wanda Sykes, right?
Yes, so good. And it was just like an inclusive, awesome. It was just there was such a good vibe for a while, and then I gotta tell you, man, and I said this to you the other night. I'm still upset. It irked me so bad, and you and I were talking, and like I think there's so many layers to it and so many grounds to it, but the thing that hit me the most. And that just made I just don't like bullies. I don't like the big guy getting after the little guy. And there's so much.
Did you have some of that, Chinch? Like, seriously, why did that bother you?
Well, so because okay, you know this. Not many people know. I mean, we're on the screen right now. I'm 5'6". Okay, and.
But you could rake.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Like the thing that I had that kind of helped me a little more defend myself in certain things, and I'm athletic. I without tooting my own horn, I played baseball, basketball, and football in high school at a pretty high-end high school. I actually got recruited to play a little football in college, not a super level. I got basically bounced around the field for 4 years in high school, but like so. I did have that, but growing up, I was a little kid, and it was always the big kids would always like kind of pick on the little kids, and I don't know. I think that's what hit me so hard with it. It was like, Chris Rock's got his hands behind his back, he's got a smile on his face, whether you agree or disagree with the joke he said. First of all, if you're gonna have Chris Rock on your show, you know why you hired Chris Rock, you know, so there's no surprise.
He's a comedian.
Right.
He's going to tell jokes.
Yes.
Like, and what's funny too is Will Smith's a comedian. Like,
exactly.
You don't think Will Smith has told jokes?
Right. And by the way, and Will Smith, I guess that's another part of why this is such a cultural phenomenon, is like, he was the good guy. Everybody, like, Will Smith has always been the good guy.
Will Smith just came out with a great book too, and like he's got some, you know, people follow him as like as a guy that's, you know, spreading love and all that stuff. Dude, that's why it was so
buddy
crazy.
Dan Presser, you remember Dan Presser? We used to both just worked with at MLB. He's the one. If you Google the guy, everybody has seen this. He's been on GMA and everything. But our buddy Dan Presser has these little kids, and during the pandemic, they were making these little movie clips. And Will Smith actually did one with his little kids, his 3-4-year-old kids, and spent the time with that. So, you know, you just appreciate that. But then, you know, when something like this happens, you know, I just. Yeah, it just got me. It just got me.
Well, nobody likes to see. First off, violence is never the answer. I think that's one of the biggest things here. And the scary thing is that, you know, kind of maybe the little bit of the entitlement that you would just walk up and you're Will Smith and you can just throw a punch at somebody, like really, or an open hand slap. It was more like a punch. I mean, that was that was a flying fist, you know?
Yeah. And hey, props to Chris Rock for just
Chris Rock just ate it and just kept going. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think this is a good thing though. This isn't a good thing. I was thinking it through the other day, but there's a great book called The Man's Search for Meaning. I don't know if you've ever read it, by Viktor Frankl. It's an unbelievable book. And one of the main keys in the book, he was in a concentration camp, you know, really the worst conditions you could ever have for, I think, 5 years in this concentration camp. And every kind of freedom was taken away from him. And he said, the true freedom you have lies between stimulus and response. That's the only freedom you really have. And I think if Will Smith could go back, you know, the stimulus of what Chris Rock said, you know, about, you know, G.I. Jane or whatever, then, you know, realizing that, you know, that Jada Pinkett Smith had, you know, alopecia or whatever. But I think that stimulus right there doesn't warrant the response of walking up in front of millions and millions of people and slapping Chris Rock. You know, he had a chance right there to sit in that and say, man, maybe that didn't feel right for Will Smith either. But I'm going to say something to Chris Rock after the show, or I'm going to, you know, his response. And I think the reason we all react in the way we react is because his response was so impulsive and it was so aggressive and violent that we're like, oh man, that doesn't feel right. And it's whenever you see somebody get hit like that, it doesn't feel good.
It's terrible. And you know, the one thing I will say that, like you said, like it's not you try to take the positives out of everything, or you try to learn from everything. Yeah. And the one thing that I think that we've all evolved to that's a decent thing is like nobody's saying. You don't want to say without knowing him that Will Smith is a bad person for this. You're hearing a lot about like, you know, he's mentally unstable, which is, I don't want to say it's a good thing that people are saying that, but I'm saying it's that we can all sit and go, okay, so this guy's going through some stuff. It does not justify what he did whatsoever. No. He needs help, and it's sickening to me. I'm sick by what he did. But, you know, maybe he can get the help he needs and whatever.
Bro,
and
I look at it this way, too. At the end of the day, like, we all make mistakes. And did Will Smith make a mistake? Yeah, he did. But, like,
an all-time mistake.
He did say, you know, had a statement the next day. I'm sure him and Chris Rock are going to hash that out down the road. Mm-hmm. From what I know about Will Smith, he seems like a pretty good guy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And, you know, I think forgiveness is a big part of that. And, you know, instead of having the ire of violence and, oh man, he's like, you know, hey, listen, Will Smith made a mistake. He's already said that. He knows that. Chris Rock, no, we all watched it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, hopefully we can forgive Will Smith as a culture and move on, and Chris Rock, and we can just be done, you know.
Yep.
It can, and we could all learn a good lesson from it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, listen, people do make mistakes and they make them in front of millions of people. Mm-hmm. Not the right call, but hey, listen, let's forgive and move on.
Right. And just know that, you know, everybody's going through something. No matter what, every single one of us is going through something that sucks.
And I always think this too. Listen, I don't condone what Will Smith did. I thought it was terrible.
Absolutely don't
condone. I think if we have more empathy for each other, to know that we're human beings and know that, God, a lot of times in between that stimulus and response, we don't do the right thing. We do react impulsively.
Yeah.
I think then you can look at Will Smith, have some empathy for who knows what he's going through in his own mind.
Right.
That you would walk on stage and hit a guy like that.
Right. And last point, look on the flip side, look to what Chris Rock did, and I've never been more inspired by how somebody not doing something. By somebody not doing something. So
right.
Anyway,
well, did you see? He's real quick before we go on. He said he was at a. I don't know if he did a comedy show last night or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, so what's everybody been doing this week or something?"
Such a great line. How was everybody's weekend? That's what he said. So I mean, that's why he's brilliant. That's why he's one of the greatest of all time. We're lucky to have him.
So brilliant.
So we wish him well.
How about our boy Vince Russo? He sent me a tweet the other day. On the DMs.
Yeah.
And on the show, we talked about a couple years ago. He came at me and was like, "Hey man," he's like, "What? Give me some good prospects, that I can really get for my fantasy team." I'm like, "Yeah, Ryan McMahon, go get him." Well, Ryan McMahon's a really good player now, but I guess that rookie year, he fell flat all over you. And Russo's texted me, "Terrible, bro, terrible." Okay, he's a New Yorker. Yeah. This is something, I was like, and I'm like, "You're right, dude, you're right." So he texted me today. He's like, "Bro, I'm gonna give you one more shot." He goes, "My draft's coming up. Who would you take?" And I'm like, I know right away. This one guy's name pops into my head because I think he's going to be a superstar in the league. I coached him at the Under Armour All-American game.
Oh, okay.
Riley Green, outfielder for the right fielder for the Tigers, made a play yesterday too, diving playoff Bo Bichette. But this guy can flat out rake.
Wow.
He was the best pure hitter back when he was in high school in that draft senior year. He's raked all the way up in A-ball, AA, AAA. And it looks like he's gonna break camp with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Him and Spencer Torkelson are two of the top prospects, 4 and 5 in the top 100. So he's a guy that I absolutely love.
That's cool.
And then he wanted a pitcher too. So I went to another Green, Hunter Green for the Reds.
Yeah, I like
He's gonna make that rotation too, dude. And he's been a long time coming. Had some injuries initially, but he's gonna be a stud too. So
that's
Hunter
cool.
Green and Riley Green. They're not brothers, but they're stud prospect.
Nice. All right, I'm going to throw one at you because, you get it because you're a former baseball player, but everybody knows I've worked in baseball for so many years, so most people I talk to always ask me some of these questions. I'm going to ask one to you. So I'm talking to one of my buddies who I'm going to go do a shoot for, and he was in the middle of a draft when we were trying to formulate when I'm going to go up there and do something for him, and he goes, "Hey, real quick, Jose Abreu or Paul Goldschmidt? Who do I draft in his fantasy league right now?" So what's your answer to that?
Wow.
I'll give you my answer first, real quick.
Yeah.
I said, here's the thing. I said, here's what you know. If you draft Jose Abreu, he's going to hit between 292 and 300.
And driving 100.
25 homers, 100 RBIs. Goldschmidt upside. I mean, he could go 40-40. Like, that's the kind of skill set he has. And I said, if you're looking for a big hitter, like if you're looking for shooting for the moon, I would go for Goldschmidt. If you're looking for consistency, I would go with Abreu. What is your take on that?
That's a great take, Chinch. I think you nailed it.
Yes.
I think you nailed it because Abreu's been so consistent, man. This guy's an RBI machine. Finds a way to get it done, every year. 25 and 100, you can book it. But you're right. Goldschmidt has a chance, and I think Goldschmidt last year really had a really nice comeback year. Is playing well.
Yeah.
I would say, I tell you the truth, if I'm going to take one of them, I'd probably take Abreu.
Yeah,
just because I definitely know what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. A couple of times in the last few years, Goldschmidt's been a little hot and cold.
Yeah.
Still one of the best players in the game, but I think Abreu you're going to get consistency for fantasy numbers.
All right, there we go. One other thing we were talking about right before we came on, you were like, "Hey, did you see what Cashman said?" And I was like, "Yeah,
oh yeah,
cool.
Cashman going back to 2017, talk about not being able to turn the page, but but he was really just saying that." He was really saying about, the Yankees,
haven't won since 09.
They were kind of getting on him about 09. He's like, well, we probably should have won it or been in the World Series in 17, which is probably right, but who knows?
Yeah. What's your take on that? Like, do you agree with them? Or are you not, like, you got to let water under the bridge? I don't know.
I think dude, I think when you go back to the past, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's over. It's time to move on. And at the end of the day, I mean, you're the Yankees, and there's a lot of high expectations there, and people expect you to be in the World Series more than just one time since 2009. I think they will be, though.
You think
soon.
this year?
I picked them this year. The other day I was on the network. I picked them to go to the World Series. I just like their team. I think they're going to be good, man.
Yeah, if Severino can hang in there, you got
if
that
Severino
1-2.
Can stay
forget
healthy,
it.
man. Yeah, you're looking good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then they got you got Judge over there with the big bucks coming, right?
Yeah. They're gonna sign him. What do you think he's gonna get?
I don't know. Well, he's not gonna get like the 10-year deal, right? He's like 3 to 5. I mean, no. More? 7? 10?
I think
you
7,
give him 10?
7.
All right, 7. 30?
How old is he? 27?
I'm gonna pull it up right now here.
I mean, if he's 27, I give him 10.
All right.
But I don't know if these 10-year contracts are that
you give
good.
him 10? You give anybody 10? You played baseball for how many years?
Yeah, but you got to keep Judge though, dude.
You have to keep Judge. Get it. He's 29.
All right, give him 7.
Okay. You know, the thing is, like...
When's he a free agent?
I mean, let's see here. Sign through...
He's a free agent after 6 years.
Well, he was drafted... You know he was drafted by the A's? I swear I had no idea about that.
I did not know that either.
31st round of the 2010 June amateur draft in high school. Oh, and then the Yankees in the first round of 2013. Did a good job. Went to college. Let's see. Service time. Service time, he's got 5.051. What does that mean?
Okay, so you got to sign him. He's a free agent.
No, 2020 arbitration. Well, if he went 2020, he did arbitration. Free agent 2023. PSI Sports Management. Who are those guys? Do you know who that is?
They're going to get a lot of money, whoever they are.
They're going to list 10% of like $100 million.
They're rich as hell. That's who they are.
Yeah, exactly. You got to sign him, man. As a New Yorker, I'm sorry. First of all, the body, the size, the way he carries himself, very Jeter-like, like strangely Jeter-like, but with actually a little more personality with the media. I'm not saying Jeter had his personality; he just kept it to himself. You have to, especially with what the Mets did. This town is just they go crazy. The Mets did so much stuff. Yankees fans go crazy.
And here's the thing about Judge too. You get value from his defense too.
Yes, you do. He's
the guy can flat out hit, but you're getting like a Gold Glove. This guy can go get it, man. Mm-hmm. He runs well. Yeah. You know, he does well out there and right. So I like it. Give him a 7-year deal. Big Jack. We'll see what happens. Right. You know?
Who's your favorite player right now? Do you have a favorite player?
My favorite player in the league? You know what? I really like Vlad Jr., man. I just like the way he hits. I like the way he hits. I'd probably say Ohtani if you're going to be like, oh, man, that's something we've never seen before.
Never.
But Vlad Jr. is one of my favorite guys. Also Soto, dude. Juan Soto's to me he's the best hitter in baseball. They're talking about him getting maybe $500 million.
I think. Well, what is he's only like 24? You got to pay him. He's such a good. His swing looks like it's not going to break, right? Even though
it's so good.
He's got a lot of motion.
So quiet. Dude, he's got the lowest chase rate in the league. Doesn't swing at balls. He's got like one of the highest hard hit percentage. That means when he swings, he freaking nails it. You know what I mean? Like it just his metrics are off the charts to say that's going to age well.
Also, again, another type of personality. Just seems like the sweetest guy. Everybody likes him. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. The funny thing is, again, going back to working in baseball all these years, and I've seen probably more games than most people. The interesting thing about this first month is it is exciting. So everybody knows, everybody's 0-0. Anybody can win a World Series, even though we know deep down they can't. April has always bothered me from a professional standpoint because there's always a dude who has 6 home runs in the first 9 games. Right. And everybody's like, oh my God, if you're playing fantasy sports, you're like, I got to get this guy, whatever. And he finishes with 11. There's always a horrible team that starts the season 13-4. And you're like, oh, wow, they're going to shock people. And they wind up like 70 and like whatever,
Man, I remember 2004, I was with the Reds, dude. We were like, we were legit, and we were winning at the break, and it was like we were in first in the break in the Central. I remember an interview with Matt Morris, who was a pitcher for the Cardinals at the time. They're like, what do you think of the Reds? Because it was like the Cardinals, Astros, and the Cubs, and we were winning the division at the break. He goes, the Reds. We're not worried about the Reds. They don't have enough pitching. And then he started talking about the Astros Cubs. I'm like, man, this guy's can't believe he said that. That's not cool. And then we end up finishing in the last. He was right. You know, so it's like you could come out the gates early, any team.
Yeah. But
you really got to, you know, that the great thing about Major League Baseball is you got to have the horses for 162. You have to have a team that's built,
right?
You know, with especially guys on the bump.
Well, also, actually, take me through this because I've never actually personally asked you this. Like, weather matters, right? Like, you could wind up your first month in a lot of, you know, you wind up playing in you know, Chicago for like 2 out of 4 series, and it's 32 degrees for the first month, and you go 0 for 12 in a series, right?
Dude, I got a great story. I'm sure I've told this story before on you know, somewhere on our podcast, but I can't remember telling it recently. But I told you my Jim Leland story when I sucked. 2007. By the way, Gary Sheffield's going to be coming on the podcast here soon, so he's involved in this story.
Okay.
2007, I come out the gates. I swear to God, it's 31 and flurrying every day in freaking Detroit. It's snowing. It's ridiculous. And Chef's hitting like $120. I'm hitting $105. I'm terrible. I don't have an RBI. It's 3 weeks into the year. I'm so bad. I'm so frustrated. And I remember hitting with Lloyd McClendon before every game, Chinch. And Lloyd McClendon would come in with me at noon. He was the hitting coach. He's like, I'm like, Lloyd, I'll see you at noon, bro. 7 o'clock game. I'm in there raking. Boom. Lloyd's flipping me, doing, you know, coming up, being a great coach. Yeah. I'd go out that night, 0-4, 2 punch outs. I'm like, gosh, dang it, you got to be kidding me. So this one day, we're like a week into this, and I just said to Lloyd, I go, Lloyd, after we hit, I'm raking in the cages. I said, Lloyd, man, I'll tell you what, I'm so frustrated. I just want to let you know, because I was so thankful he was showing up for me. I just want to let you know I'm trying. I'm really trying hard.
I'm not wasting your time here.
Yeah. He goes, damn, Case. He goes, I'll get a truck driver in here to try. He's like,
that's so great.
He's like, this is the big leagues. We need some hits. I'm like, God dang, you're right. That night I punch out, you know, 0 for 4, 2 punch outs. I'm driving home and just a total come to Jesus moment. Like, all right, man, like you've been in this league 10 years. That's your 10th year. Like you got to get it together. Like what's going on? I got Lloyd McClendon showing up at noon. I'm a mess. And I say to myself, you know what? I'm being too passive. I'm taking pitches I should take. I'm swinging at pitches I shouldn't swing at. I got to be more aggressive, right? I got to be more aggressive. So I drive out that night. I'm driving home. I drive by like 6 drug deals on the way to the highway in Detroit. I'm like, oh, God, I didn't realize how many drug deals were going on already back in 2006. You know, so I get to the highway, you know, boom, I'm driving home. I'm like, tomorrow I'm first pitch hacking. I don't care if it's the first freaking pitch. I'm first pitch swinging, aggressive. It can't get any worse, bro. I'm hitting a 105. I'm terrible, right?
Yeah.
So the next day, my 2 sons Andrew and Jake used to play wiffle ball in the backyard in the mornings. I go out there. I'm like, fire me up, a couple kids. I'm ripping them off my sons. Homer's over the house. I think they're like in the street. I'm like, look out for the cars, kids. Get the ball. But I'm just excited to hit, and I'm so excited to get to the yard and dominate. So I get there, Chinch, 4 o'clock, boom. Have the best batting practice of the season. Homer. I must have hit every ball in the park. Dead center, right center, left center. I'm launching balls, right? So I'm like, today's the day. Aggressive. I can't wait to get out there. 6:45 hits. Me and Curtis Granderson go to run our sprints before the game. Yeah. And Leland's always in the dugout before everybody, crushing a couple heaters, got his spikes on, jacket, you know, just kind of taking in the sights and the sounds of the game. He turns, so I'm getting ready to run out to the field. He's like, Case, hey, can I talk to you real quick? I'm like, yeah. What's up, Skip? He's like, hey, listen. Gets in my face. He goes, the Sean Casey I know, I've been scouting this Sean Casey for the last 9 years. The Sean Casey I know is patient. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, this is not what I wanted to hear.
Because you're going to swing first pitch no matter what.
Dude, are you kidding me? I don't want the manager telling me to be patient. I just have been telling myself I need to be aggressive for the last 24 hours, dude. So I'm looking at him, and he's like, you know, I think you should take a couple pitches tonight. You know, I'm like, oh, my God, this is worst case scenario. So I'm like, I can't first pitch hack now. Jim Leland just told me to be patient. So I go up there, my 5th at bat, bro, 0 for 4, 2 punch outs. Worst night of the year. I'm 0 for 5, right? So I come back to the water cooler. Luckily, we were winning at the time. I come back to the water cooler, bro. I'm getting some water. Bam, a pack of Marlboro just hits me in the face. I'm like, gee. I turn to my right. It's Leland. He gets in my face. He goes, listen up. If you ever take my advice on hitting again, I'm sending your ass to AA. He goes, I got no idea what I'm talking about. He goes, I was 0 for August one time as a player. And then he walks off.
It's a great story.
Oh my God, so great,
That's
dude.
a great story.
I was 0 for August. You ever take my advice on hitting again? I'm sending your ass to double A. I was 0 for August
so
one time.
great. Oh my God. When I was in college, so I went to Columbia up on the Upper West Side of New York. Okay, so then we would go, obviously, you know, Northeast, we would go down to Boca for a full, like 10 days. Boca, Florida, beautiful. FAU, FIU, we would play like all the big teams like Wake Forest, all that, and they would beat the crap out of us. We were down. They were on like their 15th game when we were on first.
You guys were 0 and 8 after the trip.
No, we probably were. But like, you know, it's so nice and sunny and warm coming from New York. Like I would come back, I'd be like, you know, like 11 for like 22 or something like that, and be like, oh man, I'm feeling good, whatever. First day, you get back to Columbia. Columbia University's baseball field is on the Hudson River. I'm not exaggerating. The fence ends, and right behind the outfield is the Hudson River of New York. So you would go, you'd have like a nice little sunburn tan, whatever. You come back, you know, going out at night, whatever. And you get back, first game, Ivy League's playing like UPenn or Harvard or something. You're standing in the outfield, and it's 22 degrees. Flurries everywhere. And the worst part about it that time of year, goose shit all over the place. So and it's frozen. It's like rocks. So you're running around the outfield.
Who's the ground screw at that point?
Yeah, us. First of all, Ivy League school. Your ground screw is the second baseman, shortstop, and the
Me too. Did at Richmond, they're like, all right, rake your spot after every game. I'm raking my first base. You know, we need it's good work ethic though. You know.
Yeah, no, exactly. You go to like Vanderbilt where Leiter's kid and all those guys were. They got like Bill Ripken's like guys out there, like beautiful fields, whatever. You come up to Columbia, you got a syringe in left. You got whatever. Anyway, all right. Well,
a syringe in left. Oh my God, so good.
That's it. Anyway, so what else? You got any other baseball talk? Because I got a really good buzz quiz.
Yeah, no, let's go Buzzfeed, bro. Give it.
Okay, this made me nervous a little bit because I
guess the last opening day thing I would say was,
go ahead.
It's just so great that baseball's, you know, opening day's coming up next week, and it's just, I'm glad it's here, bro. I love baseball, and you know, I'm just fired up, man. 162. Let's buckle up. Let's go.
Yeah, I love it.
Fans.
Yeah.
You know?
And we can see you guys start watching us. We know in the off season you're like, I don't want to think about baseball that much. And all of a sudden, like these past couple of weeks, I'm seeing the lines move up. I'm like, oh, people want to hear what Sean has to say.
Here we go.
All right. This is a very, very interesting one. Okay. Yeah. It is called "The choices you make in this quiz will determine your dominant emotion." Wow, we were talking about emotions in the beginning.
Oh my God, all right, let's do it.
But only if you don't lie. It says it very specifically. Now,
I'm not going to lie.
I know you're not. Sean never lies, everybody. So, this is all right, this is very interesting, and it's like a touch one. So, you got to pay attention to this. You're walking along a trail that diverges into 4 paths. Which one of these do you take? Now, I'll tap the arrow for you. See? Look at that. 4 lines. You can go anywhere.
Okay.
Blue, yellow, orange, or red. Which way are you going when you see that place? That when you're on your hike?
I'm going to the right, to the blue.
I thought the blue too, because I like that fence there. Okay. So I got to click that. Next question. Someone hands you this watercolor set and a piece of paper. They ask you to paint the first thing that comes to mind. Which color do you use first? Now I got to scroll on this. Look at those colors. Those colors. You got whites, you got reds, it's everything.
I'm using blue probably. It's just I'm a blue guy.
The nice blue. I'm a blue guy. Okay.
You got these beautiful blue eyes, Chinch.
You do. You're like fucking look like Frank Sinatra with those things. So, this is a great one because I have an answer I like to this. What is the perfect ripeness to eat a banana? Now look at that.
Okay. It's the third one up from the top.
Third one from the top.
Yep. Like 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what you do though? My key is buy them green and let them sit there for a couple days.
Oh, I do that. You know what else I do, bro? I buy bundles of them. Mm-hmm. I slice them up, put them in the freezer for smoothies.
Oh, that's a brilliant.
Then it tastes like ice cream.
Smoothie?
You're like, oh, it's delicious.
Oh, this is a good one. You're on the cusp of a major decision and seeking guidance about your life. Which of these fortune-telling methods would you most likely turn to? Tarot, Tasiography, Magic 8 Ball, Palmistry, Fortune Cookie. I'll pass. Thanks. Look at that. I like a good fortune cookie, by the way.
I'm not a.
You're gonna pass.
Maybe,
you can pass if you want.
I know. You know what? Wait. Would you most likely on
Tarot
those?
cards.
I'll probably pass.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not your. It gives you the option. So that's one of them. Oh, this is a great one. Don't be shy. Pick a bowl of ice cream to enjoy for breakfast. Look at these options. You got some chocolates. Looks like a fruity pebble towards the bottom.
Oh my god, dude, this is unbelievable. Those are all ice cream.
No. Cereal.
Oh, cereal. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm a Cocoa Krispies guy, bro.
So which one is that? As I'm looking at this.
I'd say it's the bottom. It's one of the bottom ones.
Yeah, I'll find the most Cocoa Crispy.
Cocoa Crispy, yeah.
Yeah, I got a Cocoa Crispy. All right,
or
here we go.
a Frosted Flake.
This is another great one. I love this quiz. Which of these pizza shapes do you dislike the most? So, people do these stupid.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The bottom left one I don't like.
Bottom left.
With the peppers.
Yeah, what is
stuff.
that? That looks like almost like a flatbread. That's like something you see
that.
on like.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah, I don't like that one either. Okay. Oh, this one was my favorite. I'm going to show you a picture of 6 kids. And for the people who listen and don't watch our YouTube page, which you should, it's 6 kids in a lineup. They're actually in a lineup like usual suspects. And it says, you're babysitting these 6 kids and notice your phone is missing from your back pocket. One of them stole it. Which one do you think it is? Now, mind you, by the way, if you're just listening, 5 girls and 1 boy. But here they are. Oh, wait a fucking.
Oh, your phone went off.
No, there we go. Which one of these little rats are you going to pick your number? 1, 2, 3.
What you're saying? Well, hang on. Just keep it there. Which one stole my phone?
One of them stole your phone.
Number 4 stole it.
4? I thought so too. Is it because she's tall? She's the tallest. Maybe. Another one. You're given the opportunity to try a new hair color for 1 day, but it must be one of these colors, but it's going to go back to normal after 24 hours. No questions. Which color do you pick? You got pinks, you got yellow, black, gray.
I'm gonna go with the
orange.
I'm gonna go with the brown one on the right.
Brown one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you would look weird with brown hair. That would be pretty funny.
I do have brown hair and gray.
Yeah, but you got everything about you, man. You got the blue eyes, you got the hair. We get a lot of the ladies that follow us. They always say like, "I'm so cute."
Yeah, I wish.
Wait, real quick story about that hair stuff. So when I was in 6th grade, me and my buddies were gonna go out. It was our first time we could go out by ourselves, and we were just gonna run around town on Halloween. And my brother is like, "Oh, wear my clothes, and you can go as like a punk rocker." Because my brother, when he was a kid, was a maniac. So like, I had all his ripped jeans, whatever. And he sprayed. Back in the day, we could just go get that spray from like the drugstore, and you would just change the color of your hair. It was disgusting. I'm sure.
The drugstore.
Yeah. And so he sprayed these lines, and he did red, green, red, green, red, green. And we went out that night. We're running around trick or treating, being idiots, and it poured rain the whole night. I woke up the next morning, and there was so much water going into the coloring and stuff. My hair turned pink until my next haircut. I had pink hair.
What?
Yeah, my dad made me shave my head. It was unbelievable. All right, sorry to digress there. Tap on one person whose style most closely matches yours. So these are a bunch of pictures of clothing styles. Don't worry if it's guys or girls.
I'd say the first girl in the silver.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. You got
coat,
like a little
coat
overcoat,
with the jeans. Yeah, I'd probably wear that. I'd probably wear something like that.
All right, that's good. Okay, this is great. Order something from this children's menu, and yes,
this is a long one, Chinch.
I know, we're almost done though, but it's really good. It made me excited. Order something from this children's menu. Yes, you can skip straight to dessert if you want. So you got all of this.
All right.
Can you read all that?
Yeah.
There's like the burger, anything.
Okay, I have to order everything?
No, one thing. Pick one thing. It can be dessert. It can be a drink. It could be...
Okay. I'm going to order that milkshake.
Oh, you're going milkshake.
Yeah.
All right, milkshake. All right. Only 1 or 2 left. Ideal place to sit in a movie theater. It's basically front, middle, or back.
I'm in the middle on the end.
Okay. Got
like
it.
on the aisle, middle on the aisle.
Middle on the aisle. On the aisle. Got it. Look at that. Okay, you're playing a game of hide and seek in this room. Tap on a spot where you'd hide. We're almost done. I'm excited about this.
You're playing a game of hide. Oh, I would hide behind the couch.
Behind the couch.
Behind the couch.
Okay, behind the couch. Boom. Okay, which of these is your favorite number?
Excuse me.
One,
Bad boiler.
1 through 9.
Which of these is your favorite number?
Oh, dude, you're grinding. You just burped.
Oh, I like number 7.
Number 7. Lucky number 7. I think we're done. No, we're not done. You're catching up with friends over dinner. Which of these foods do you reach for first? We got like a salad. We got pizza. We got wings. And we got O-rings.
I'm probably, you know what, if I'm just crushing things, I'm going to go with the salad, but the wings. What do you think? If I'm eating like that, I'm not having a good night, I'm going to eat those wings.
Okay, let's go wings. That's good. All right, almost done. Last one. Whew.
Oh, my God.
Don't overthink this. Just go with your gut. Which of these flowers do you identify most strongly with? And we got some daisies. We got...
Oh, I like that sunflower to the right, brother.
Sunflower. Yes, you're a sunflower guy. It's like your person. All right, we got it, finally. Whew.
Oh, man.
So again, the
I don't know if
choice...
my stomach can take it.
We're almost done. The choice you make in this quiz will determine your dominant emotion, but only if you don't lie. You said you weren't going to lie. Oh, you ready for your emotion? Your most dominant emotion?
Yeah.
Perturbation. So you get perturbed. You get annoyed. You are...
Really?
Wait, you are a very nervous person by nature. You have strong attention to detail and make very precise, calculated decisions. You find it easy to get lost inside your own head and hate situations where you're not in total control.
Interesting.
That's not too off. I don't think you're nervous by nature. You can get
nervous.
I mean, we all get nervous. I've seen you nervous before. There's only but not often.
Is everyone not nervous or everyone? I mean, I think more. I look at that too now as you get older.
Yeah.
Instead of saying you're nervous, I change it and say I'm excited because it's the same part of the brain. So I say, I got the nerves going. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes, that's true. Anyway, all right. Well, was it the juice wasn't worth the squeeze on that one for you?
I don't know. That was a long quiz to tell me I'm perturbed. That's bullshit, I think.
Now you're perturbed. See, you're perturbed right now. They're always right.
Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right.
No, Sean's never perturbed. He's the sweetest man in the world. Anyway,
that's not true, Chinch. I get perturbed sometimes, bro. I get perturbed.
All right. Well, hey, real quick, we got to get you out of here because if you're feeling anywhere like I felt last week.
Oh, dude, I must admit, I am starting to grind a little bit.
All right. Yeah, let's get you out of here. Relax up this weekend. We have big things coming this week.
Yes. We got Danny Plesac coming on.
One of our favorites.
And hopefully we're working on right now. We have our people down in Tampa right now working on Gary Sheffield. See if they can find him at the local pizza place. They're gonna be like, "Hey, can you come on the mayor's office with Chinch Case?"
I really wish we had people. We have people. We have our significant others.
Oh my God! So we're working on it.
We are. But anyway, this has been great. I'm so glad we got through this today. I hope you feel better, man. Keep drinking at work. Get some Pedialyte and stuff, dude.
This kind of made me feel better though, because I've been sitting around all day just doing nothing. Now at least I feel like some juices are flowing. And your cat's here.
Stu.
What's your cat's name?
Stu. I named him after Stewie Griffin from there he is. I forgot.
What's up, Stu? Dude, Stu has not missed a meal. Do you feed that guy like steaks?
No, he's ripped, bro. You're just getting a zoo. We got fancy cameras here we bought for ourselves. There you go. Stu's like, that quiz sucked. Get out of here. Hang up. He's gonna give you his. He's giving you his ass. Yeah. He's giving you a little wink from the backside here. All right, Stu, that's enough. All right, the perfect way to end the show, bro. All right,
all right, Chinch, you have a great weekend, dude. You and Stu with Stu's butt just in the freaking camera. You gotta be kidding me. What the hell's going on around here?
All right, Stu, say goodbye. All right, bro. I'll talk to you.
All right, Chinch, love you, man. See you, buddy. See you in a couple days.
Dude,